Very much. We won't go through long protocol. We welcome our OBJ. We welcome all the elders that have come here. The late Alaji was my chancellor for 4 years. So I know and I was never looking at First of all, great event. Great event. Okay. Talk of Ogun State. Is Ogun State great? Yes. It's from Ogun State and I'm from Ogun State. Now, we want to especially welcome our visitor. I had some things I'd written, I'm forgetting about them. But I'm going to say one or two things. The first is that OBJ is an enigma. I think you all agree with me. It can be very controversial. That is why it's here. But he is a patriot. He is a good citizen of Nigeria. He loves Nigeria. When he became president the first time, through military, there were only 5 universities in this country. Before he left, he turned them to 13. There were only 53,000 students in the universities. By the time he left, there were 150,000 students in the universities. Education is our base. Education is what changes the world. And technology has also been a focus. I'm going to have for you. So we welcome you, sir. So we'll wait for your comments and then we'll move on. Thank you very much.
The Vice Chancellor, the Chairman of this occasion. I don't know what you have in the staff club. The President of the staff club. Let me remind you that we have an existing president in Abuja, so your own president must be with small p. Let me say first of all how delighted I am to be here. Let me then apologize
Please
for coming late.
Please move back a little. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And I will explain. Whether I explain or not, that does not replace the apology.
Because Baba will still be moving here.
When I accepted camp, they say 4 o'clock. My intention was to leave Abeokuta at 11. And my calculation was by leaving Abeokuta at 11 a.m. I will be here ahead of time and I'll be here within 4 o'clock. But a number of things crept in. The late Olubadan Lana died, and I hadn't been able to pay a condolence visit. So I decided to pay a condolence visit. That took a bit of my time. The Oluwo came to me when he was receiving or was about to receive the staff of office and invited me personally. I couldn't because I had an assignment outside Nigeria. So I thought I should take this opportunity, but I didn't realize that once you go to Iwo, your chances of getting to Ife in quick time are not too bright. So, and of course, we got a organic I had to call on the So that, and of course, call on the Vice Chancellor. So once again, apologies. I thought the best way that we should utilize the time we have at our disposal. So I started you and giving, what do you call it, opening remark and all that. What will I say? Now, here they have told you some of the things that I have done. Some have been embellished. Even my name has been embellished. When I was born, I was named Olusegun Aremu. My parents, wanting to join the doses, decided to give me a baptismal name they call Matthew. I used that all up to my period in the secondary school in the village. When I up to primary school rather in the village. When I came to Abeokuta, I dropped the name. I dropped the name for two reasons. One, Matthew doesn't have any meaning. Olusegun has meaning. But Matthew doesn't have any meaning to it. And then to even make it worse, the man was a tax collector. I'm sure if my parents had been fully aware of it, I think they probably would have taken me in like April or something like that. Or Michael. Anyway, so I dropped the name Matthew. And when I became president, some pressmen, I don't know how they found out that I used to be called Matthew when I was in the village. So they brought Matthew back. But if you are my friend, don't call me Matthew. Now, so what you better have the microphone. What I will want us to do is, from what you know, from what you know, àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa ẹni tí ò bá gbọ́ mi kó náwó òkè ó gbọ́ mi ṣe é sọ wọn láà gbọ́ mi ìwọ ló gbọ́ mi tó ò bá gbọ́ mi lọ lo erin èdè. Yeah, I said the best way to go about this. The chairman of the occasion will have microphones around. And then he will conduct, you raise up your hand and please mention your name. Since most of you are students and teachers, mention the department you are in. So just wait. Your department might indicate, give me an indication of the type of question when you ask your question. And then please make your question, and if you are going to make remarks, make it short and so that we can derive maximum benefit from the time.
That is the arrangement that will be calling people, and the questions must be just for 1 minute. But because we have elders in this club, I will call Professor Olurode to give us the first question. Yes, Professor Olurode. say in some places. Well, I mean, really, I don't have a question. I've read this lot about Baba. I teach botany of flowering plants, and I retired university here. I work in other places. My understanding is that our country has a lot of crisis now, and I don't think it's useful to talk about it as such. I think we need to talk about the history of this crisis. And I say our people have struggled to deal with some of these crises. In their own way, they have suffered a lot. In 1984, yes, in this university, and this is very important because there was a president in Nigeria that removed catering services from our universities. 10,000 catering workers were sacked across Nigeria. Some of us went to prison over the removal of food from the mouths of our children in 1984. I think there's continuity in what has been happening to us, and with respect, Obasanjo is central to the evolution of that crisis. So, when a Buhari jumps up in 2016 and says he's going to feed primary school children, when they were putting us in prison in 1984 for insisting that our children deserve better than that. It doesn't make sense to be talking of individuals in the way the crisis of Nigeria has evolved. The Nigerian ruling class, the Nigerian please, it's not useful. You see, because I'm saying yes, it's not if the Nigerian ruling class has collectively messed up our country. That is the central question.
My dear professor, teaching flowering plants. I think we will talk about flowers and flowering of ideas and flowering in this country. University. It's what the waiters were wearing tail. What do you call it? Tailcoat. That was one university. And as the Vice Chancellor said, even when I came to power, we have only 53,000. By the time I left, we have 150,000. We haven't got the resources. We haven't got the resources to continue to build from one university to 13 universities. And the 150 universities we have today, thanks to the allowance or permission to involve the private sector. There's no way that the government at the federal level or at the state level will have afforded. There's no way. No way. You can shake your head till eternity because you don't know. It's not true, I know. What do you know? What do you know, Mr. Vice and Mr. Ambassador and Mr. Professor?
I know that in China they have thousands of universities.
Yeah! That is all right. The population of China is 1.4 billion. Right? That's way. Because people like him, you don't know. And you see the part of the who make cathedral pronouncements on what you don't know. Yes. Yes. Wait. Let us throw this out. And listen. I went, please, very important. I went to Cuba once, and I had Fidel Castro, and I said to Fidel Castro, I have come to your country to learn on 3 issues: agriculture, education, and health. And quickly, Fidel Castro said to me, education is free. Education is free from cradle to grave. And if that is said to me without just finding out, and I said, that's important, interesting. But then I started asking questions. Yes, education is free. If you are going to school in the morning, you walk in the afternoon. If you are going to school in the afternoon, you walk in the morning. Education is free. That's similar to what they have in China. Now, can we afford in this country to have 1.5 million people, 1.5 million students, and with 1.5 million students, we are not providing enough space for students who desire tertiary education and who can benefit from tertiary education. So if that is the case, whose children should not have the opportunity? Yours or mine? Or the children of the people in my village? Look, when you bring this thing up, the way you have brought them up, for God's sake, let us think and let us think deeply. With all due respect. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me say this. I have no regret whatsoever for what I have done in the area of education in this country. And if opportunity affords itself again, I will do the same, so that education can be made popular and made available to every Nigerian student, every Nigerian child to have education. When I was military head of state, I established UPE. When I came as military, as elected president, I established UPE. There's no way that you could do this and feed all your students in the university 3 square meals a day unless they are making some contribution. Either they're working part-time or making one form of contribution or the other.
My name is Oluwole Kuka. Everybody knew Akeri Motiwa, Moti Baba mi. Moti Baba mi o. It is not easy for a generation to have this kind of opportunity twice. For all of us who are students of history, whether you like it or not, whatever you may say, we have an opportunity to interact with a man who is a political,
Ask your question, no.
I want to ask.
Thank you.
forward. And because I teach English, I'm a literature teacher, I want to find out from Baba Obasanjo the real issues between him and the lives of Wole Soyinka. The real issues. Thank you.
Well, I don't understand what you mean by that. But I will tell you what I do know. If any man is gifted, Wole Soyinka is gifted. That's number one. Number two, Wole Soyinka is patriotic. Number three, Wole Soyinka is a citizen of the world. But I have no other thing against with Wole Soyinka more than what I've written in my book. That Wole Soyinka, as a political analyst, he always misses the mark. And I've said that, and jokingly, I said I would trust Wole Soyinka as a connoisseur of wine and as an apparel hunter, more than I would trust him for his no, not his writing, his comment analysis of political issues in Nigeria. And I stand by that. Now you may disagree with me, Wole himself may disagree with me, but it's entirely up to him. I'm entitled to my opinion, and that's my opinion.
Right. Next one is the red. Okay.
My name is Ajibola Bulatife from the Department of Political Science. And actually my question goes thus. Actually we've had fears and people have asked us why do we want to study politics as young ones? And the fears we've had is that what are the opportunities we will have? And we've been told that before you go into politics, it's a place for godfatherism. So we want to know the opportunities we have as young ones and as political science students and as young ones in this generation in politics.
I was in India. Soon after Modi has won the election, and then upsetting the Congress party after the Congress party had been in power for many years. And then I asked the leaders of the Congress party, I said to them, where do you go next? And they said they haven't decided where they are going. They are going to the universities and colleges. They are going to build new generation of party members, Congress party members from the universities and colleges. And that way, they are not looking only 5 years ahead. They are looking 10, 15 years ahead. And I believe that the political parties in Nigeria must be doing the same thing. The universities and colleges should be veritable areas of recruitment of party members for the future of these parties. One unfortunate thing, though, is that we don't even know how stable these parties are. We don't know how stable they are. If you remember some years back, PDP believed that it will rule Nigeria for 50 years. Maybe we thank God that they do not have opportunity to rule Nigeria for 50 years. With what we have got from the last ruler, PDP, maybe we should thank God that they did not have opportunity to rule Nigeria for 50 years. But let me say this to you. We tried. In my government, I let him come out. But I do know that many people came to me when I left office, when I left prison, and pleaded with me to come out. And I said, let me think about it. Let me put the sums together. What should it be? What should it profit? I have been military leader and running government as a military. Consequently, because I did not keep my mouth shut, I was put in jail. I could jolly well have been killed. And when I came back and came out and they said, look, come. I said, come again. But when I decided to come, I decided to do my best. And I did. Now, if what you are waiting for is somebody to prepare the ground for you to move in, you may have to wait for eternity. But you have to be there. You have to get your hands dirty. You have to get your feet wet. In the political rough water and clean water, because there are rough and clean waters in politics. And the fact that you bring them young does not mean that they will perform well. There are still some that are brought young and they are performed fully. So age is not a measure of how somebody will perform in politics. Neither is the amount of degree you have or professorial position. With all due respect. But we need them young. And I believe it's more. Each of our political parties should have strong youth section or youth department. And they should really go out to recruit from university. Maybe students of political science, maybe not only students of political science, maybe all students who are interested. And there are other things that we have to do. We have to reduce the cost of election. We will get people who have not big pot of money contest election and be able to win. We have to. Let me give you an example. In 2007, in 1998-99, we ran 2 elections, local government, 2 elections at the state, and in fact 6, and 3 elections at the federal. The man who raised the money for our election in PDP in 1998-99 said he raised equivalent of $7 million for all the 6 elections. In 2003, it went up to equivalent of $9 million. The last election, I was told by somebody who knows that it cost more than $4 billion. We can't go on that way. We just cannot go on that way. Otherwise, the space will not be available for those that don't have water. So I do agree with you. Something must be done to allow space for the youth within the political parties and in the political arena of the country.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Ibrahim Sufyan from the Department of English. Sir, as a visionary leader and with the respectable status of the Nigerian military intelligence, what has been your own view to the current government in ensuring the safety and the recovery of the captured Chibok girls?
The president promised he will fight corruption. And there's no doubt that he has shown that he's willing to fight corruption. Corruption is a hydra-headed monster. I believe very much that fighting corruption must start from the top. The president, the vice president, senate president, the speaker of the house, the chief justice of the federation. Did I hear somebody saying, "Are you?" Huh? Oh, former president. Now, former presidents have either done their bit essentially when they were in office or they have not. Now, just wait. The instruments you are using today are all fashioned out by this president, this man when he was president. ICPC, we didn't have anything like it. EFCC, we didn't have anything like it. Not only do we bring up these instruments, we also look for the people that can make the instrument work. When Nuhu Ribadu was in charge of EFCC, the saying goes that the fear of Ribadu is the beginning of wisdom. ICPC, I especially headhunted for somebody like Justice Akana to run it. When I left, because no loophole is created. So you ask, how do I rate the performance of this administration in fighting corruption? Is it Chibok girls here? Oh, of this administration or the last administration? Huh? My room. And listen. I've said it times without number that 72 hours after those girls have been abducted was too late. 72 hours. The then president got the information at 8 a.m. on the morning they were abducted. And I've said this publicly. I wrote it in my book. And his reaction was because he did not believe that Boko Haram was a menace that it was, and that it is still today. He believed that it was contrivance by the North to prevent him from having a second term. And his reaction was, they say Nigeria, they will make Nigeria ungovernable. Let them become abducting themselves, let them be killing themselves. I believe that was callous. And we haven't got out of that. Today, if anybody tells you they will bring back the Chibok girls, he's telling you a lie. He's telling you a lie. And I believe President Buhari has said he did not know and he did not have any information about the Chibok girls, except those who escaped. Those who escaped. And some of them have been rehabilitated. I have been involved, directly involved, in sending 5 of them to America, and they are back. But the point really is this. Where could they be now? I was talking to the UN lady, who is responsible for women, I think, in the UN. And he said to me, for now, sexual violence and human trafficking have been brought together in almost all areas of insurgency. And that is what has happened to the Chibok girls. Some of them who refuse to become Muslims, they have been killed. Some of them were sold, and maybe in 10, 20, 30 years, they will come back and we will hear some of their stories. But if anybody tells you he will bring back the Chibok girls, it's lying. And that is the truth. And it is sad. All right. Chairman, anyone?
No lights, man. No lights.
I taught biology while I was there, specifically genetics. Your Excellency, you were in government twice. First as head of state, secondly as president, of the Federal Republic?
Some people will say 3 times because
Okay, sir.
I won 2 elections as
Okay, sir.
elected president. But you can take it for 2 or for 3.
And I'm one of those who think that you seem to have better ideas of how to govern Nigeria when you are out of government than when you were in government. I'm one of those who think there is that view that happens. Secondly, sir, there are a number of question marks on a number of events during your presidency.
Mention some of them.
Some question marks. In 1999, the senators demanded a 5 million naira furniture loan and a 3 million naira for National Assembly members. You opposed it, and Nigerians supported you. But when that was settled, Nigerians were not informed.
It was not settled in my time.
Okay, sir.
It was not settled in my time.
That was one
So
question.
look.
That was one question.
Now, please, you will finish your question. But when you are going wrong, how should I stay there and listen to the nonsense that's coming? Yes. How can I stay here and you put on my lap what I did not do? You expect me to stay here and listen to you? Yes.
We are seizing this opportunity to ask questions because you are here.
Yes, but if I'm here, please, if I'm here, don't install my intelligence.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
When you put on me, what not more.
No, I didn't say you did anything.
You said
All
again,
I
you said when that was
Nigerians
there.
were not aware of the settlement.
It was not settled in my time.
What was I said?
And I said it was not settled in my time. No. When I said that, what I expect from you is that if that is the case, you give an apology.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I have nothing to apologize.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
There are question marks about your presidency.
That's all right.
And as a Nigerian, I have a right to ask those questions.
Yes.
What about transport? What about the presidential library? What about the $16 billion on power? Those are the questions. Look, there was a report.
Those questions. Listen.
In your own book.
Yes.
1, 2.
Yes.
About fuel shortage. You mentioned names of people as the cause of the shortage.
Yes.
So it's not about setting up EFTC, ICPC.
Yes.
What did you do? You mentioned Emeka of work
Yes.
as the person who called the contract
Yes.
for the maintenance of refineries.
Yes.
And you said that he didn't have any idea.
Yes.
What did you do?
What I did was now because you told me you have read that.
I'm quoting you.
Yes.
I'm
If
quoting
you have read that, you would have found that there was nothing I could do because a valid contract. I cannot
mention an Ibrahim Atan as importing toxic fuel that damages cars and kills people. What did you do?
It was not in my time. It was not.
It's in your book.
That was not done in my time. That was not done in my time. Now this time. No. We go on. Now please. I am here to answer questions objectively. But I'm not here to be insulted. And that I will not accept. I will not accept that. Now you came out, you said, please, you said there are question marks about my time and that I'm good at running the affairs of